Hey everyone, Mherex here, bringing you another video. This is going to be my showcase of Liv at 6-star gold, new Liv Morgan Revenge Tour. So far, I really liked Bull, thought she was really good B tier. Really liked Dom, thought he was a really good A tier. Let's see if we can make it 3 for 3 and see how I feel about the S tier. Um, she's a defensive technician. Lady technicians, we got some good ones. We got May, we got Charlotte, we got Molly Holly, we got reworked Asuka. So yeah, we got some good lady techs out there. Let's see what Liv can do. She has the link with Dom. Any color move starts with 4 more MP. Apparently, she doesn't have any other link right now. And then we got black gems do 50% more damage, and purple moves start with 2 more MP at 6-star gold. These are niche, as I've said before. When they're needed, they're amazing because they're like the best thing in that slot when you got like that 6 or 7 MP character and you don't want to use Santa, etc. And it needs purple moves and black gems. So when they're good, they're good. So, but like it's not, as I've said, these aren't trainers to FOMO over. They're useful when they're needed. Other than that, so that's fine. No issues there. I do have the moment unlocked, which is adding 50% gem damage and 150% immobile gem damage. I'm going to try and play around the moment. This moment looks extremely difficult to get. I don't think I will probably get the moment this month, so we'll see. I could be wrong, but the way it looks right now, I won't get anywhere near the moment. So let's find out though how she looks. I'll try and play around the moment, like I said. We're gonna start off with a move damage strap, 100%er, and she has a hardcore move, and that's what we're gonna show. Right here, 9 MP green, deals 774k damage and modify a 3x3 random area into immobile gems. If opponent's class is Powerhouse, first deals 778k damage, increase your green move damage by 300% for 1 turn. Oblivion Finisher, 10 MP, deal 950k damage and increase your blue MP by 6. Then Finisher, another 900k plus 500k bonus damage for every immobile gem. 9 immobile gems, so don't get thrilled. This isn't doing a lot. So that's where we're going to start off with. S tier with a hardcore move. I would expect this to hit super hard. You could use the choose, but it's 10 MP is very hard to load. In fact, it takes 3 matches, which is 100% not ideal, or you have to use NWO Hogan. So much better to just start with it loaded. Like from an efficiency standpoint on an S tier character, if I'm using a hardcore, I'm not choosing, right? Like there's literally zero reason at this point in the game. So we're just going to start loaded. Because this is a ridiculously beef Santa and people won't have it and it skews the move damage, I'm taking him off. But you would need Santa to make it work. I'm even going to keep Gooker on, who a lot of you don't have, for the 75% more move damage. There's a reason for that. Move damage, we got full takedown 2s, we got a green takedown medal, and let's see what this hits against the Powerhouse. Maxine adds nothing in the tag. This was just the easiest Powerhouse to find. Her life doesn't matter. What matters is what the move says. So you can see, coming into it, our Oblivion's hitting 5.2 million and 4.9, so we're getting like 10 million across the board total. And then so we're gonna hit this and we're gonna buff it, and let's see what we get. 21 million and 19 million. That's by my math right around 40 million damage. So this is your S tier character with their class advantage on a hardcore move, hitting for 40 million damage. Yeah, that's what I think about that. Alright, so let's just throw a Sheik plate on. Maybe it gets significantly better with the Sheik plate. If I'm gonna situationally use a character, it better guaranteed win. You know what I mean? If I'm setting this and saying I'm only using this character against powerhouses, it better win and it better win quick, you know? Especially if it's the S tier. So let's see what we do with the Sheik Plate. Hmm. 24 and 23. So we still don't even get to 50 million with the Sheik Plate. So, like I said, doing the choose move nonsense on a hardcore, on an S tier, to situationally play against the powerhouse, not going to happen. Bailey doesn't need hardcore, S tier, Zombie Bailey, and can 2-click for 75 million. So lights out, head and shoulders better than this situational moveset on a equivalent S tier. So not a fan of that. So that's enough of that. I'm starting off with what I really don't like, and moving from there. So you're going to see the stuff I like the least first, and then we'll move to better stuff. I'm building a case for how I feel about this character. I'm telling a story, long-term storytelling. We're going to keep the move damage strap on, and we are going to try and use the finisher to hit for big immobile damage, right? So we're bringing the sub in, since this 3x3 area doesn't really do anything for us at all. And so we're going to bring the sub in, and we're going to bring the choose in, and the sub is 9 MP, generate 49 random submission gems, 400k, 5 turns. A lot of turns, it's worth noting. This is bad, not good. Well, submissive gems are on the board, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, they turn into immobiles. So to make this work, we are going to use a loadout I didn't save because I'm bad at this game. And we're going to use Lawler. We're going to use Bull. We're going to use NWO Hogan because, as I stated before, 3-3 matches is not ideal. Hogan lets us do 2-3 matches, definitely makes it better. And then in this slot, we are going to use a trainer that I absolutely despise having to use. 2 less sub turns, trying to keep some immobile gems on the board, getting damage that way. If we go 5, you know what? Actually, let me do this first, just to show you guys. No, I'll do it after. It's random with subs, of course, but if we go for 5 turns, we're gonna lose a ton more immobile gems, right? A ton more. So we definitely need the 2 less. Also, the moment that I think is going to be very difficult to get, I could be wrong, is adding 150% immobile gem damage. So to make this more equitable or closer to realistic, I'm going to remove Bull's 100%. We're still getting 50% from the moment, right? So we're still hitting harder than you would by 50% on those immobiles with a proper, not crazy setup. Oh, I'm wrong. I can't do this. Oh yeah, Bull's on there. We're good. Never mind. It was 6 MP for 7. I was like, oh crap, we don't have the MP, but Bull is realistically on there. We're just simulating no moment, but still 50% better. So what you will do is you will do 2-3 matches. And then you hit the sub. Of course, with the sub, they can have an escape artist plate. They can come out of it fully charged if they have MP plates. You can see there's a 5 match. Look at this. This is a perfect example. Now imagine if it was 2 turns longer. That's a 3-turn sub. We lost a bunch. And we're getting 1.2 million. And then 10 million move damage. So we hit for 43 million damage. That's realistic. That's pretty normal, right? Pretty normal, in my opinion, what you're gonna see. Let's just go for 5 turns now, and I'll do one better. I'll let the moment stand and go for 5 turns, and maybe we'll get lucky. Let's play lucky. We're gonna assume now you have the moment And then we're going to double down on Immobile gem damage because it's so much. We're going full ham with Immobiles. We'll use Hogan for 100% too. Let's turn this off because it is not that. I can't tell you how many times somebody gets in when I use a sub on tours and stuff, because I don't use it in feud. I won't do it. How many times the AI gets a 5 match and wipes out your special gems when you want them? It happens all the time on 3 turns, let alone 5. There's Eddie. Where's Powerhouse Hogan? I haven't put him on because I don't like this. So let's see if we can get everything to go right. 5 turns, Powerhouse Hogan, Bull, and the Moment. So we should hit for a lot of immobile damage, but let's see how many immobiles we have. Still gonna have to do that 2-3 match, which has cascade risk. So obviously I try to mitigate my risks. So here you have the cascade risk on the choose. You have the risk on the sub of a skill plate, them coming out charged, losing all your gems. So that's 2 risks, you know? And, oh, that actually, we had more gems than the 5. So that's actually pretty good. And I would anticipate at 2.2 million, we will probably get closer to wiping her out. We did wipe her out. So there is that. If you have the moment, and if you play super risky, you can potentially win not quickly with that. Let's simulate that same thing without the moment. Actually, we'll take off Hogan, which is 100%, and the moment is still affecting it 50%. Let me do that right here. And we'll go 5 turns again. I would never play this in feud or showdown, by the way. You, of course, completely welcome to play how you want. Also, we did pretty good again. She stayed at the top of the board, so this is probably, will still get really close. Yeah. Oh, 63 million. So, I know people will like this moveset, so I'm showing it. So there's that, right? Alright. And moving on. Now we get into stuff that's more my flavor or style on paper. In reality, let's see how it does. We'll switch over to a gem damage strap. Again, we'll try and play around the moment because I don't feel like it's going to be very obtainable. I could be wrong. If you're watching this later on and the moment was easy to get, I apologize. I was wrong. If you're watching this later and the moment was hard to get during the MLC, I was right. It looks hard to me, barring getting super lucky or spending a lot. Alright, jumping in Sagiri, 6 MP, 378k damage, increase your yellow MP by 10, reversal if the opponent uses moves to fill any of their moves MP, then deal 413k damage and steal the opponent's turn. Sorry, 4 million, I think that is. There's no commas, it's really hard to... 600, yeah, 4 million. So think Liv, think Asuka, that's who she'll reverse. So obviously with the set we just ran, you don't have the reversal in play. Definitely nice to have the reversal. Then we got the Jersey Codebreaker, 695k damage, make the middle row into Snowfall yellows. Modify all gems below it into yellow gems when broken by you. New Jersey Buster, 10 MP yellow, 1.1 million damage. I'm doing so well. And increase the damage of all your gems by 225% for 1 turn. Then Finisher, deal another 1 million damage and choose a 7x4 area to destroy. So, did I switch the strap? I switched to 100 strap with yellow percentage to help with the finishers. All right. And entourage for this one, I think I have saved. No, but this is sort of close, so we'll just change to this and... go here. And then we're going to go Cena for yellow gem damage, 45%. There's other ones you could use. So we need one more MP, so we're going to go Santa. It's a fat Super Santa. And then Bronze Strowman for yellow gem damage. Keep in mind, because the moment adds 50%, we're going to lose Brawn and Santa, and that should put you about like what you would hit without the moment. So that's what we're going to do. I think the moment's still maybe adding a little bit to this. 100% strap. Let's go. Gameplay loop's really simple. I do like that. You hit this. This pops the gems in the middle. And snowfalls go down, so we're going to destroy the top of it. For the yellow gem damage, and 38 million without plates. That's not super great out of the box. 38 mil for sure. There is a plate you can put on this. One plate that will help it. Yellow Royal Rumble plate. So we'll do that, and you can see what it does with the yellow Royal Rumble. Of course, that adds time as well. We'll do that real quick. And 67 million. Kind of would like more, to be honest, out of my S tier with a yellow Royal Rumble. Damage feels low to me. By comparison, I can use 2 moves with Showboat Asuka. That was the S tier last month, and hit for over 100 million, by the way, just for comparison. All right, anyway, and that's not using a Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble would put it over 150. Let's go with the live now using the other move. That's a blue move. I'll take the Royal Rumble plate off. There's going to be a lot of plate switches here. We're going to get through it fast though, because there's some things you guys can do with ultimates. So we're going to run it without a plate so you guys can see baseline, how it hits. Ripcord Knee Strike is the only move we're changing. 8 MP yellow pyro move, 685k damage, and make the middle row into pyro gems blue. Modify all gems above it into blue gems. Same sort of gameplay, but now we're getting pyros instead. This loadout, we got Dom, we got Lawler, so the blue's loaded. We got Ozzy for 30% blue, Gunther for 40% blue, who we're going to remove since the moment's adding 50%, and that puts us pretty close to even. We're still gaining 10% from the moment, though. And gameplay loops almost identical. You hit this, the pyros get dropped in the middle automatically, and then instead of destroying the top and the snowfalls, we destroy the bottom and the pyros since they go up. So no plates here. We are going to hit for nice cascade. 41 million. Slightly better. Probably don't know why than the other one. Maybe blue gem's a better color primarily for her than yellow. Haven't really looked into that. Maybe we just got a better cascade, you know? So 41 without plates. You can use 2 plates. You can use the LA Night plate right here. That adds 300% to your blue gems. More on that in a minute. I'm going to use that coming up. So, for now, just assume that you could use it for this, but it's not going to hit as good as what you're going to see next. And then, of course, we can use the blue Royal Rumble plate. So another Royal Rumble plate option. And let's see what we hit for with the blue Royal Rumble. Try not to get ahead of me now, guys. Here we go. Blues everywhere. Big blue cascade. A lot of blues on the board. This is a great hit. but we only topped out at 63 million, and that was a really good board with generous cascades. So also not ideal on your top end damage, right? All right. So you can run this with the LA Knight plate and actually get the LA Knight plate to buff twice. So let's do it that way and not use the Royal Rumble, because we just saw what it did. So let's use the LA Knight plate with 2 buffs. The other way you'd only have 1 buff. 2 buffs is better than 1 buff, as far as I know. I'm not a genius, but I can math that. And a little bit more difficult trainer setup. Brawn Breaker for 4 yellow. Sammy the Dudenator for 2 yellow also gives us 50% blue. So that gives us 6 yellow. 4, 6. Our turn gives us 7. Santa gives us 8. Brawn Breaker gives us 4 blue. Turn gives us 5. Santa gives us 6. Yeah. So we got that. This also, I don't know why I have Strowman here. This should be Gunther, by the way. Absolutely should be Gunther, who's 40%. And then we got Fat Santa, so we'll remove Fat Santa, and we'll remove Gunther. But that absolutely should be Gunther. Wrong graphic. I really, really apologize, guys. Strowman is yellow, not blue. So that would be Gunther. All right, let's see what this would hit for. And with this, you have enough MP to hit the Pyro move twice. So we're going to lead with the Pyro move and then go to the Jumping Enziguri, hit the Pyro again. So we're going to effectively increase our Pyro blues 500%. Let's see if it's enough. Right, so blues 181k. They go down. The plate procs 327. We fill it back up. We hit it again. $474. Now we hit our finisher, which gives us our big gem buff. And lots of blues on the board, so that's looking favorable. But it only hit for 60 million, so it's extra effort for not very little gain. So yeah. Is there a saving grace for her? Let's see. We're going to run triple yellow. And this one, you definitely want a skill plate for. I will run it without a skill plate so you can see what I mean. And we'll get a baseline for it. All right, let's go. You've seen all the moves. We don't need to talk about it. I did use all the moves. Yep, so we're good there. And this loadout. All the yellow MP. And let me make sure I put the right moves in. We're going to do the Pyro move first. Right now it doesn't matter. Actually, there's no reason to do it. It just doesn't hit hard, right? This is the only way you can make the Piper plate work. So you can only run this with a plate, I would say. There's no reason to run it without one, so I'm not going to bother. No baseline needed. Whenever you make 4 more Pyro gems, increase your yellow gem damage by 500%, all your gems by 100%, right? So that's what we're going to run. We're going to do this and put this in the middle, and then we're going to overwrite it so we can make the yellows. That's how that works. So, and you don't have to choose anything. That's what I do like. It puts it in the middle itself, so you don't have to think about it. Obviously, were this lower on the board, it would be much better, like bottom of the board. Hint, hint. On this S tier. So that gets our yellows 572k damage. That's already higher than the blues we had, right? And snowfalls fall down, so break above it. 3 yellows, not a crazy amount, not a low amount. And 65 million gem, 70 million total. Still doesn't quite wipe Jade. Also, that was with the moment in play, guys. I did that with the moment in play. I will take Brawn and Fat Santa. Let me take Brawn and Fat Santa off, and you can see what you're likely to hit. A moment is still probably buffing this, so a little bit, but without the moment, this would be more realistic. The gameplay loop is good. This is faster, I think. I haven't timed it. Charlotte and May time out around about 28 seconds. Honestly, Hall of Fame Molly is faster than either of them. Oops, let's break this right. 4 yellows on top, a little bit better. 63 million, 67 million total. All right, so let's get closing thoughts. Liv feels like what would be like a pretty good A tier. Actually, just for example, Liv's risky stuff hits the hardest for her actually when it goes okay, but you need to choose gems, you need to do a sub and things like that. I'll go back to last month's A tier Seth. If you wanted to play risky with Seth, you can hit significantly harder than Liv can as an S tier playing risky. Not playing risky, you can get to about 70 million. I'll go back to Seth. Not playing risky, and that's with everything, right? That's using Royal Rumble plates, Piper plate, best stuff you have available. You use the best stuff you have available with Seth. You cannot play risky and hit way about 70 million potentially with the traps and Royal Rumble plates and all of that. If you want to play Seth risky as the A tier from last month with the black multiplies, you're going to hit well over 100 million with all of his stuff, moment and stuff. So basically Liv feels like an A tier to me. And that's the case I'm making. Is she bad? No, she's not bad. Is she usable? Yep, she's usable. Personally, I think Charlotte's better. I think May's better, probably. I mean, this yellow moveset in May is probably comparable, so maybe I'm being too harsh and it's a little bit faster. Charlotte definitely is better. And honestly, I think this will surprise a lot of people. I think Molly Holly is better than her. Like, a decent amount better. Especially if they fix her broken Juggernaut gems, which I need to ask about again, because I don't think I got a response on that. So, I was hoping for a lot. So I'm going to admit I went into testing Liv with super high hopes. I saw the gem buff on the finisher, the two different ways of playing it, and I went into it really excited. I'm like, this is going to be like our best tech, right? So Asuka was amazing as the S tier last month for Showboats. And maybe it's my own fault that I had too high of expectations going into it. But for me, Liv fails to deliver on pretty much every mark. For me, she feels like an A tier, not an S. I think she's tuned a little bit too low on the base damage. When you're talking about playing her without plates, you're hitting in the 30s, maybe 40 once in a while million. You put plates on her, her top end is very low for an S tier. Very, very low for an S tier. At like 70 compared to what we've been getting recently. You know what I mean? So the hardcore set just simply doesn't do enough to be situational. If you're going to use something situational, it needs to do way more than that, in my opinion, right? So while I loved Bull and was very complimentary of Bull, and I loved Dom and was very, very complimentary of Dom, Dom has more use on my roster than Liv, even though there's far less ladies. And this one just isn't super interesting to me. I do like what they were trying to do though with the pyros and the snowfalls, so I do want to call that out. I think it's really cool that one finisher can do 2 different colors based on that, so I do really like that mechanic. Also, I do like the Oblivion on paper, right? I like that the Immobile set is different. However, I would need more gems, right? This 3x3 I think is a big miss. Just locking me into using the sub feels bad. And also, if you're gonna use a sub, making it double dangerous, so I have to choose to get into the sub, feels bad too, right? Like, so those kind of things make me feel like it's an A if the sub was this sub in like 6 MP, if this was like 36 gems, right? Like a 6x6, I would feel head and shoulders different about Liv. If this was a 6x6, you could run 10 MP, hit that, and hit the Oblivion. This is a totally different vibe on this showcase, right? So this, all they have to do to make her decent, in my opinion, is make this 6x6. And now you got a couple options. You could potentially run the triple yellow with slightly low damage, but we have this like quasi move damage immobile thing that's harder to counter. And it wouldn't be crazy OP or anything. And so that's what I would do if I was designing this character. That simple change, and making the sub 6 MP. For those that want to use the sub, I would make the sub 6 MP, down the turns to 4 or 3, actually. And then I would make this to 6x6, and then we'd have an S tier, like one that feels like an S tier to me. Those are the changes I would make. And I think that would help a bit. Alternatively, these I would go down, and like, I get that you don't want them. The only way they work is in the middle, that neat mechanic. So I would probably increase the gem damage on this finisher to like 250 to 275. That just little bit of extra oomph without making it too OP. I'd probably go 250 to 275 on that. Those are the changes I would make personally. Anyway, I usually don't do that where I suggest what I would do, but this is the simplest thing to do is make this a 6x6. You wouldn't need to even do the other things, and then it's a totally different conversation for me anyway. So overall, she's not bad. I'm disappointed though, and it could be my own expectations. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think she's good? Are you disappointed? Do you think I'm just flat out wrong? I'm very curious what you guys think, so let me know what you think. Remember to like, subscribe, and share, because that really helps me out. And that, guys, thanks for watching. Good luck out there. I am not sure how this one. Sometimes I'm not sure, like, if it's just me being me, or like, you know. So I'm not sure what you guys are gonna think. Very curious.